Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Layman's Terms, your source of ignorance and drunken banter. The show that says, I am cold, it's supposed to be spring. I am the layman. As of right now, I don't know if you heard, it was all over the news. Jason Kelce is retiring. I need to get my hat on. Hang on. Too cold, I don't want to put on my hat. Okay. I feel like Johnny Carson with this giant thing on. Look, it's Toad. Yeah, Jason Kelce retired. I was listening on the news because it was posted at 1 o'clock, and I get done work at 1. So I ran to my car and I put on YSP, and I'm driving the way home, and it starts out him just bawling his eyes out. I'm like, this isn't good. Yeah, just that's what the cat was doing. If you'll excuse me, I'm talking to you and I'm modifying a deck, but I could do two things at once, you know. So, but yeah, this is what is going on right now. So he retired, just everything, his whole career. When he won the Super Bowl, just everything. Thanked everybody, thanked his parents, thanked his brother, crying the entire time. And I think by the end of the week, he was offered a job as the offensive coach. Not the offensive coordinator, a coach. Which he still gets a paycheck. I mean, he can still be around those people and just, this isn't working as well as it should for a 37-year-old guy who spent 14 years in the NFL getting beat up, But this is okay. I don't know how many concussions the guy had. But, yeah, man. I don't want that. So I'm modifying a deck, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So, actually, Post Malone plays this guy. Zer the Incanter. What he does is, he's a one colorless, a white, a blue, and a black, and he says, flying, whenever Zer the Enchanter attacks, you may search your library for an enchantment card with converted cost of 3 or less and put it on the battlefield. If you do, shuffle your library. I can never get this card to work the way I want to, and I'm switching him out for Urza, a lesser Urza. Urza says he's a 3 colors, a white, a blue, and a black. Affinity for artifact creatures. Spell costs 1 mana less for each artifact creature you control. Okay, cool. Artifact creatures you control have menace. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. So you're playing Urza. Already you think, okay, well, if I want to exemplify this deck, I have to play a lot of artifacts. And I do have a lot of artifacts. I do have a lot of mana rocks on this. So that's good. I know I mentioned this card before, but Ecologist Terrarium, I just think it's a really good card. It's a 2, and when it comes into play, you may search a library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it in your hand and shuffle. Sacrifice Terrarium, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, activate it on as a sorcery. I just think that's a good card, and I'm keeping it. So, that's what I'm doing. Can I take this hat off now? It looks better on Jason Kelce. When he's crying. I can't bust on that guy. I really can't. I love Jason Ugh, it's cold. That and whatever is in the news for WWE. Paul Heyman was introduced into the WWE Hall of Fame. I was listening to a podcast today. It's called Busted Open, and it's with Bubba Ray Dudley, and they're talking about who would induct him into the Hall of Fame. Like, you have like people like, Taz or Dreamer or Austin or Foley. Not so much Jericho or maybe Punk, something like that. They're just like kicking around ideas and everything. So, I mean, I thought it was pretty interesting, in my opinion, anyway. So, deep anal. We used to joke about that back in the day. I'm gonna deep anal. You're gonna what? Yeah, deep anal. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Oh, you're gonna draw 2 cards. Because I was under the impression you're gonna go deep anal. Anyway. Yeah. What else? So basically, I think this deck is just counter, control, and beat down with artifacts that fly. I can get behind that. I always say this, and a guy I used to work with, he lives in Texas now. Big shout out to Big John. He's like, what do you want the deck to do? If you're unsure and you build a deck, then you're not going to get what you want out of the deck. But if you stick true to like, what do you want it to do? Do you want it to beat them up? Do you want a counterspell? Do you want control? Do you want it to dance on a bar? Whatever, man. So I always, whenever I try to build a deck or modify a deck, sometimes I come down here and I just tinker, mostly. I always try to figure out, what do I want this thing to do, man? So, I think that's it. I'm sure I wrote things down about what I wanted to say and get off my chest, but really I'm just blah. It's the weekend. I just need to recharge. That's it, really. I gotta do my shout outs. So, shout out, you know who I saw? We went down to the public library, and that's the candle. We went down to the public library, and it was comic book day, or dress up day, or like a Comic-Con, something like that. And this is what I got. I thought it was cool as shit. I'm like, no way, man. That's pretty cool. I did get X-Men. This is what I got. Fright Night, the comic book. I think it... Vincent Price. Yeah, man. People don't know that Marcy from Married with Children was in Fright Night. I forget her name. Amanda Bierce. Amanda Bierce looked really good in that movie, believe it or not. Anyway. But I also met the 501st. There's a stormtrooper right there. And that's the guy on the back. That's the guy that I met. And 3 other guys. One short guy. He was way too short to be a stormtrooper. But I told them about the Cyborg family. I said, oh, that's pretty cool. I said, yeah, I just spouted off all the names, you know. They're like, I gotta check that out. I said, you should check that out. Check out the Cyborg Cantina with Dave and Jason. They're always up to talking about. They just talked about Dune. I don't want to go see Dune. Dune's like this. I don't care. It's not on my radar. Call me what you want. I don't want to say it. Then there's the Escape Pod with Dragon Buddy, Big Lovin', and Don, and they're always up to no good. Their shenanigans is always crazy. Tune into Pop My Culture with Shanti and Sexy Ass Josh. I think they're coming back, most likely. I hope. Miss those guys. Check out the Orange and Fett Show. They're always up to no good in Boise, Idaho. I never mention grave reviews. It's not because I don't like the show. I love the show. It's one of those shows that I really listen to, and I really appreciate what they do and everything. That's with Alan and Dragon Buddy. Stranger Things Has Happened. That's with Don and LG. You can always check them out. They're probably doing it now. Probably. If anything. Let's check. Let's see if they're doing it right now. I think I subscribe to them. Stranger Things have happened. The problem is when you start a podcast and it's called Stranger Things Has Happened, other stranger things have happened. I can't find it. I will. Anywho, I'll find it. Who else am I missing? Check out my man from Pennsylvania, Big Swede. Had to think for a minute. Big Swede, he's always up to no good. Well, actually, he's keeping out of trouble, really. He's has a studio in his house. That's insane. I never would have thought to have a studio in my house. That sounds awesome. I want to do that. Not really. That sounds like a lot of work. I don't want to do it. Anyway, I think that's it for layman's terms. These episodes are just straight to the point. Let me get some shit off my chest and just go, because I know no one wants to listen to me. So, they did hear my rant about the PS4. That was 138 views. Thank you. It's craziness, man. I got the PS4 back, and I played Sonic because that was one of the the discs that were had the error code, and now I just have to sign on to the store, make a profile, sign on to the store, and download Fortnite again and see what happens. That it truly is going to be fixed, and then I'll get a gift card and I'll download Castlevania because that's what I really want. You know, I don't need a PS5. I rarely play it. I did play it today though, but I played Ninja Turtles. So, movie wise, I should watch more horror movies, but I just watched the classics. I might pop in Prince of Darkness. That was a good movie. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Rocky Balboa was a good movie. I don't know. It's you guys remember to set your clocks back. Forward. Fall back, spring forward. We lose an hour. I don't want to lose an hour. I hate doing that. That shit sucks, man. Anywho, I'm going to finish putting this deck together, and then I'm going to go to bed. That's what's going to happen. I can't do it anymore. You know? But my go-to is always Higher Fidelity. Great movie. If you think High Fidelity was good, you gotta check out High Fidelity, the show. The show, I gotta talk about Scott Pilgrim, hang on. But High Fidelity was a TV show. You have to watch the movie first, then watch the show. It was only one season. And the girl who played Rob, who played Catwoman in the Batman movie, she's really good. She was bitching about it, and I was bitching about it too, because maybe by the third episode, I started getting it. Okay, I get it. And there's a lot of changes with the characters of who worked with Rob in the record store. But I cared about those people. I cared about the interactions and the story of what was going on, even though I knew what the story was about. So anyway, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. That's on Netflix, and it was an 8-episode run. I really enjoyed it. I really did. It's a retelling of the story, but it's different. It's set differently. So everything goes according to the movie. And if you haven't seen the movie, watch the movie and then watch the Netflix show, and you'll get it. But as Scott fights Matthew Patel, Fiona's, I forgot the girl's name, Ramona's first evil ex, something happens, and she has to figure out what happens. And it's really good, and all the actors who are in the movie, they reprise their roles. It's all anime. I'm just telling you, I was blown away, especially by this the eighth episode. I thought was really cool. I liked it. I really did. You know, so Chris Evans was in it. That one guy's in it. Audrey Plaza's in it. So I can't say enough great things about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. It's really cool. So, but that's all I have. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Spring forward. I hope you have a great Sunday. We don't have football, but maybe we'll get some baseball. Maybe you just watch cricket. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, guys. Be good.